Madison Square Garden. The U.S. Darts Masters is underway, and we're with a guy who makes everything much more exciting in the world of darts, Dan Dawson. What do you think? Right now, we're experiencing night one. You've been a part of this for a while. What do you think of the atmosphere, the crowd, and how we're growing things?
You know, I think that's the key thing, is growing. And that's, you speak to the actual important people who make the decisions, Matt Porter and all these guys who do the stuff, set all this up, make all this happen. And they talk about this World Series project, it being a 10-year thing. This is only year 3, effectively, in coming to New York. And yet we've seen the crowds are great out there. Yeah. Like the venue is great. The atmosphere is brilliant. I mean, I'm still not entirely sure about how this walk-on that Jules Van Dongen is going to do tonight is going to play out. Country music singer doing it live. I don't know. I don't know. But it's different. It's different. And I think we're seeing people paying attention to it. And that's what it needs. You've just got to get eyes on it, because if you get eyes on it, people will see the value in it. Look, I am the choir. I love darts. Yeah. I know how good this can be. But you walk around New York, even ever since we came here, that's Jules Van Dongen's walk. I'm just warming up, if you can hear that in the background. Ever since people look at like darts, they didn't even know it's a big thing. They didn't know that it could happen in places like this. And now we are starting to get people paying attention, and that's what this is about.
Well, and I think that the other piece to it is we've got these North American players who can go out and compete, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, there's a lot of the North Americans I've spoken to, Jeff Smith and whoever, they reckon these might be the strongest field we've got. And I think the best way to look at the players who haven't made it, the likes of Leonard Gates, who wasn't even able to qualify for this, it shows that there is more strength and there's a bit more depth as well. They've still got some way to go. But it's about taking those little steps. And as we have seen, Luke Littler's a prime example. Players can come out of seemingly nowhere in a very short space of time and prove that they are world class. And North America has had their world class player. They had it. John Part, he's a 3-time world champion. But there wasn't all the infrastructure around it to capitalise on that. If we get another John Part over the next few years, everything else is in place to make the most of that. And that could be the really big quantum leap forward needed in this continent.
You mentioned, Luke Littler, and that has brought a lot of attention. There are people in America that are learning about darts just because of the fact that he is bringing that attention as well. Is that, as we see him progress, there's been some talk, like, will it be a good thing for darts and growing it if he just continues to win and win and win?
Yeah, look, I mean, I've always asked this question. I think it's a really interesting question about what's better for growing a sport. Is it, like in the days of Phil Taylor, you say, watch this, because turn this on. This guy, look, he's going to win it, but he might do something nobody's ever seen before because he is so unbelievably good. Or is it better to have a sport where you've got different winners every single week? At the moment, Luke Littler is there's all this, Luke Littler's going to win 25 world titles. Luke Littler's going to dominate this game. He's not dominating right now. He is unbelievable. He's one of the very best players in the world. But we're seeing different winners every week. We had 10 Pro Tour events, 10 different winners. Euro Tours, lots of different winners. Major titles being shared around all over the place. The world of darts is so unpredictable at the moment. There is no dominant force. Littler could dominate. I'm not saying that he couldn't go and do that, but at the minute, I think it's fascinating. And Luke Littler, as a story, it's just so compelling. We had it with Fallon. People tuned in, people paid attention because it was new and it was interesting. It's the same with Littler, but it's been turbocharged. I have no idea. We've had a woman winning games at the World Championship, a child nearly go and win the World Championship. I don't know what the next step is unless a talking dog goes and wins the World Championship. Okay, I genuinely do not know what else there can be, but it's genuinely, it's a huge boost. It can only be good for darts, Luke Littler.
Thank you so much, Dan Dawson, for being here with us.
Are you going to pan out to show how this standing arrangement is working?
Right.
Like this is ridiculous.
Yeah.